Welcome back, everybody. Grand Tactician, Civil War. I'm Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 4 of straight episode 4 after all the mid-break episodes with the connection issues and stuff like that. What everybody doing? We got Egg, Josh, Riley, Rainy Day. How y'all doing this evening? You guys been talking about behind my back. Well, like Joe Grandpa was trying to scream for help, but old Winniefield's still passed out with others sleeping all over the place. Oh, God. Eric, how we doing this evening? Brieg. I've been tired all day. I'm sorry to hear that, Randy. Josh, that was towards the end of the stream. I was tired and drunk. What do you expect? All right. And I forgot how bad of a situation we were in when we left off this last episode. Oy vey. Getting our asses kicked, and we are now south of the or at the north end of the top of the valley. It looks like we're being pushed either down to Tennessee or across the mountain range. You gotta see where they're gonna be sending us now. Our core is down to less than 13,000 men. Holy crap. That is not good. And sorry, gents, I do have to cut off the music for this because there's one song that keeps playing and it gets the videos demonetized. I got to cut the music. You would think nobody would own the rights to that song either, considering how old it is. Oh, no. It is not a victory for them yet. I don't have the prestige to take over the core yet, so I'm hoping Bonham gets killed or wounded so I can take it over. And then we are going to do another crazy run up north. Yeah, I do. It's actually another one that's a work in progress. I'm trying to make it I'm trying to do like a collage of things, so it's going to be a little bit yet. No, you're not wrong, Eric. Seeing a lot of that shit lately too. I'm not sure if you guys want to see me do something different from the GTCW live streams. I really had I'm planning on taking a break from the main episodic videos during the week for about a month or two. But if you guys want me to see me change up the live stream also, shoot me some ideas. I'll do something. I mean, I may just place in may just continue along with War Tales for Saturdays. No, believe it or not, it's the song Gary Owen. Which I can't believe anybody owns the rights to that song, but apparently somebody owns the rights to it. And they fucking the last GTCW stream, they yanked all the money, all the gifted membership money, that went to them. which really pissed me off. How strong as syphilitic polio? Jesus, that is that is one hell of a description. But yeah, I mean the economy sucks all around the world. There's nobody that's doing well right now. That's probably one of the best descriptions I've seen in a while, Hank. I like that. We're still up here. Actually, how's our division looking right now? I didn't even take a look at that. We're down to 3,000 men in the division. Holy crap. My battery's only got one gun. It's got 4 men and 1 gun. Holy shit. And they got us hiding out up here in the mountains. Look at this. We've retreated onto the mountains. I've been here. This is not some place you want to camp a fucking army. I think this is about the place. Well, it's November, so I think it's about the place. Where we start sending our guys home if there's anybody at home to grab. 500 men available in Georgia. I need 184. Battery, you're going home. North Carolina. We need 1,050. There are only 20 men available. Okay. We're not sending you home. South Carolina. 1,600 needed. 10 available. You're not going home. Mount Marauders, Tennessee. Need 1,100. There's 21 available. You're not going home. Have fun on leave, battery. Oh, God. The core's become cheaper. It's now 4.6K instead of over 5K, but we only have 2,500 prestige. You know what? I forgot. We did pick up a new member, and we got to replace Lunch. Lunch is dead. Or was that? Or were we on dinner? I think we were on dinner, weren't we? Yeah, I think we were on dinner and went through 2 horses last stream. Jabberwock, how we doing this evening? It's with workhorse. We are now on second breakfast. And I did have an arm amputated. We're now at 44 on the Hall of Fame. We've just moved past Stan Waddy. That's a good question. I think it was Stupid High the last time I looked. But if you guys remember my past streams, both armies had like over 500,000 men in the field with an equal amount of deserters. Yeah, we got 590,292 deserters. And I did verify the game files before starting this campaign. Kentucky's got 28,000 volunteers available. What? But we're triple C. I can't recruit them. Oh, yeah, I hear that, Riley. And Leeds lost. Ush. So, how snookered are you right now? Let us endeavor not to lose any more limbs. Oh, you know that's not going to happen. You know that's not going to happen. Get this moving along. We're not fighting anytime soon. That is just our numbers are ridiculous right now. What are we looking at here? National morale, they're 53 to our 48. National support, they have 84 to our 95. Morale, their armies are 66. Ours is 46. Holy shit, that's horrible. Men fielded, they have 484,200 in the field. We have 344,923 in the field. Battles won. Federals won 62 battles to our 46. Wow. Total casualties, they're 360,999 to our 407,227. Things are not looking good for us. Headquarters is full. We're still short one companion, but we do have the spaghetti western going with the liberal lady, famous gunslinger, and glorious partisan. We just need the suicidal flag bearer. I can't believe we don't have him yet. Yeah, no, like my last two streamed campaigns had these insanely high numbers involved with the personnel. It was crazy. Actions, what do we got available? Raiding party. That'll increase my cunning. And we could use a cunning increase. Go do it, boy. Bring me pretty objects and ladies for my harem. You gotta get us off the mountains, guys. We're totally surrounded. Down here in Lynchburg, they're moving to our west in Lewisburg. Galva Corps to our north, but I'm pretty sure it's weak. Yeah, 2,300 men. Can't because there's a lot of variables in it. Like playing the Civil War as a combat game has always been very interesting for a lot of people. That's why people also there's a lot of reenactors for these war. Also, politically, the South could have won the war at several points. Politically, they could have won. So there was actually a very real chance they could have pulled it off. Politically, combat wise, no, that was never going to happen. But politically, they could have done it. Great, thank you for becoming a member. I thought you were one already. Place your bets on how long. Yeah, it should have. Yeah, I thought so. It should have said that you were a renewal. I don't know why it does not say you're a renewal. You gonna take us off the mountains, or are we gonna sit here all winter? Probably sit here all winter. Huh. Action accomplished. The Inglorious Partisan has taken you to many raids and shown you a trick or two on how to deceive the opponent. His methods are not always reasonable, but he sure gets things done. Nice. So that gave us a little increase on our cunning. Almost a full star. Wow. Okay. That was actually worth the $250. I think after Bull Run, if they had pushed, but after that, no way. No, there were a few points. After the second year of the war, it was guaranteed loss, but up until the second year of the war, they had a good chance. You have to remember, if Lincoln hadn't been reelected, the war would have ended. If Little Mac had won that presidential race, he would have ended the war, and the South would have won. So there was plenty of things a lot of variables taking place that could have changed the entire outcome. Who's not wounded in action at this point from our officer corps? But we still get all the general information for the entire campaign. Barksdale's recovered from his wounds. Harris has recovered from his wounds. I think basically every officer has really been wounded at some point so far. Once they renew, if you had a gift and you pay for it yourself. Okay. But a very, very, very different America, Kim. Imagine America and the United States split in half and how the history of the world would roll forward from that point. I think Harry Turtledove does it beautifully with his second Civil War series, where the South won the war and how it affects the world after that. We are completely surrounded. What are we doing? They're coming for us too. Adeline, how we doing today? Grim Harbinger. And we're losing this war. Even if I get command of a corps now and somehow slip through this net, I don't know if I'd be able to get far enough north to make it. Oh, and they got corps up north too. Last seen in November. I fully agree with you, Hank. I fully agree with you. Like I said, I think Turtle Dove's series of books on how it played out was fairly accurate to how it would have gone down. Well, that's why I turned off the music. Very true, Hank. Very true. And it was going to have to die eventually. The slave trade and all that. I mean, slave trade already finished. No more importation of slaves, though they were trying to enforce that to some extent, which is why we created the country of Liberia. And that's a whole nother shit show right there. That country. We create a country for freed slaves, and then they hang on to slavery up until almost the 1950s. So the people we tried to take out of slavery held on to slavery the longest, which is disgusting. That was a massive failure on our part. And that's something nobody talks about either. Nobody wants to talk about that. But that was also a mess of our own creation because when we were capturing these slave ships, we were just taking them to Liberia and dumping everybody they captured off there, no matter where they were from. In Africa, we just dumped everybody there and created a fucking mess. Yeah, the World Navy was enforcing it. The U.S. Navy was enforcing it. It's like the country that was created out of it was just a fucking travesty. Oh no, I mean, there's every country's created several massive mistakes throughout history. Every country has. I'm just saying that solution, that the created solution was just as bad as a problem it was trying to solve. Just lost at Nashville. Awesome. What's going on in the rest of the world here? We're not moving anywhere. Yep, losing Tennessee. They are herding all of our armies into nets. AI is playing this out pretty well. Only the Western forces out here have actually had any type of successes, and even they're getting pushed back. Look at this mass down here. Oh, somebody's on the move. Who's on the move? Gruder. Come on, take us off the mountain. Let's go support him. You're not wrong there, Grimmin was. And you're not wrong either, Kim. Did I see Cabrini? What do you mean? Heart attack? Times of good food and camp life led to a dangerous weight. Suddenly you feel pain in your heart and sink to the ground and everything gets dark. As you awake in your bed, adjutant next to you, you promise yourself to change your life. While recovering, your ability to command is impaired as many deeds have been... I had a heart attack? It's bound to happen. We gotta take a look at camp here real fast. Oh, because while I was recovering my health, I had fine dining turned on. I gotta take that down to improved rations. That's what caused that. Trying to get my health bar back up, I totally forgot about the rations. Go to army provisions, that'll help. Well, you still gain weight on army provisions, but all right. No, I have not seen it. I have not seen it. I don't have the prestige to steal the command right now. I wish I did. I need another 2.2 thousand to take command of it. Oh yeah, the entire history of Africa from the colonization period and what some of the nations did is it is stomach churning sometimes when you read about it. Need to stay away from winning the other girls. Torius, how we doing? Here, alcohol relaxes you and prevents heart attacks. Yeah, I just totally forgot to turn down the rations on my commander. So I was actually had him on fine dining, which is you should not stay on that for too long. Could be worse. Could be one of the Federals that set to hold on East Tennessee. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we control Tennessee anymore. No, West Tennessee is gone, and we're about to lose East Tennessee. Vietnam, but with meth addicted hillbillies. God. I don't know why they have us sitting on the top of this fucking mountain. It's driving me insane. Back in the green. But we have no food, no ammo. We got to get the hell out of here. Yeah, the food ratios they use in the game, they got to change some of the coding on that because it doesn't make sense a lot of it. Because you'll still gain weight on army rations, which really shouldn't be possible. That actually was put forward at one point, Kim. That was on the table. The South just wouldn't agree to it. You have to remember their entire economy was built off of it. Yeah, but Hank, if you actually look at what the rations, and I highly suggest this book called crap, Hardtack and Coffee, which talks about camp life. The rations, if you look at the rations that soldiers received, it was actually pretty damn good. They received good rations. You know, and if like you do a reenactment and you base your rations off of what a Union soldier would have received, they actually ate pretty well. Our army's got to come down off the mountain. We keep sending Magruder out to fight alone. The rest of our army's back here. Who's in command of our army right now? Pryor's still in charge. That fucking explains everything. Still have Pryor in charge. But could they cook it well? Yeah, actually, yes. I mean, all the rations that the Union Army received were basically it was based off being able to campfire cook. The rations are not bad, to be honest with you. Except for hardtack. Hardtack is just hard. Like I think I was talking about last stream. Like my reenactment group, we're still using the hardtack we made like a decade ago, and stuff's still good. That tells you anything. I forget how much it was offered, but like I said, the entire economy was based off of the slave trade. They just weren't going to do it. You know, because then they, then the southern, plantation owners and everything, like if they had to free their slaves and then actually hire them back and have to learn how to work their books, yeah, they didn't want to do all that. Everything was on the table to prevent this war. It just kept getting kicked down the road till it couldn't get kicked anymore. It's mentioned in several books. I don't know if there's any one particular book that talks about it specifically. There probably is one. I just haven't seen it. Does Shelby Foot talk about it? Campaign season, yay! But I doubt Pryor is going to take us off this frigging mountain. And I don't want to use my prestige to try and force a move. $2,900 prestige to X for that? No. It'll cost me $2,900 prestige to access just to move to Stanton. That's disgusting. I mean, yeah, in the end, it all came down to politics. And it really came down to the Southerners wanting their way, not having their way. And even though they lost in a fair election, it was more of a, you could say the start of this war was a fucking tantrum. Another heart attack? Another heart attack. I already reduced my rations. You're not wrong there, Bremer. I always wonder how it would have been different had mechanization come earlier in history. You know, one of the things that did bring about a resurgence in slavery was a piece of mechanization. That item is called the cotton gin, which was supposed to, reduce the need of slaves, but it made cotton picking more efficient, so it actually drove an increase in the want of slaves. Funniest thing you ever done is when camping in East Asia in the jungle, some of the temples and stuff. I've always wanted to do that, honestly, myself. They found you intriguing because of your blue eyes. You figure that's something to be more used to at this point. I was just thinking about running the fat camp thing. I was just thinking about doing it. You really can't hate the southern states. You can really hate their leadership is what it comes down to. Yeah, let's go to Fat Camp. 500 prestige. Ugh. I'm not repeating that one out loud, Bremer. When he's actually the youngest of the girls in camp. Oh, good God. We're just tired of your belt or your arteries. Good question. Yep. And I will be right back. Looks like my food has been delivered. Leave this on play for now. And I'm back. Rainy youngest girl is Georgina Pickett. Oh, God. Huh. Well, I hadn't seen in Western. I find that a bit intriguing. Okay. Ank, yeah, but the same thing happened in the North, too. That was just a way of fundraising. I ordered the fast food before I even started the stream. And it's not fast food. It's actually corned beef sandwich and steak fries from one of my favorite pubs. Girl Wilma. Oh, God. Relatives of foreign Civil War had ties to the Tennessee Manumism Society. Okay. I mean, Tennessee, Kentucky were both hotbeds of pro and anti-slavery actions. I mean, it is a dirty subject, but slavery's been around since long before written history. It's always existed in some form or fashion. It still exists today. Nobody talks about that. corned beef sandwiches. It's just well, steak fries are just a cut of the fries. They're just a bigger cut of fry. That's about it. Well, the default would have been chips, and I just wasn't in the mood for chips. That is good. Now my husky's sitting here staring at me with drool coming out of his mouth. Oh, it's not for you. It's for me, damn it. Are we going to sit up here the entire campaign season? I think we are. What are we looking at now? National morale hasn't changed. National support's gone up to 100. What the? Yeah, you got to be, like I said, it's a subject that upsets a lot of people. You got to be careful about where, when, and who you talk to about it. Yeah, a steak fry is just it's a French fry, but it's just a type of cut for the French fry. Krieg, like I said, it's been there since the beginning of time, so somebody was going to do it no matter what. Somebody was going to do it. We got to get the hell off this mountain. How much prestige is it going to cost to get us to move? Near Lewisburg. 109 prestige, yes. Get us off this goddamn mountain. I'll spend that prestige. And are we going to move? No. What the hell's going on? I think we. Yes. Get us off this damn mountain. Oh yeah, so like with this pub, the actual the chips are actually chips that they make fresh. They're actually really good. I just wasn't in the mood for them. Unflinching. What's this? People have noticed your personality changing recently. You're known to be cool as ice under pressure. It's like the stress of leadership in battle doesn't affect you at all. Oh, nice. Yeah, it might be the first time we've received that. Oh, that's a downgrade from psychotic. I wanted to keep psychotic. No longer psychotic. That sucks. You picture a piece of... Yeah. I could go for a fried steak right now. And we retreated away from the fight. Our core ran away from the fight. Because our morale is broken. Hanging out in the mountains is not helping our morale. We gotta leave. Jesus Christ. This campaign so far. Oh. Yeah, but now you're saying that, I really could go for a chicken fried steak now. That sounds really good with some gray gravy on top. Mm. He'll get a little piece of it, you know. He'll get a little end of the sandwich. He's not getting everything. He wants me to give him the whole sandwich. He's not getting the whole sandwich. It looks like I got everybody wanting a chicken fried steak now. Usually you guys making me hungry. I'm doing it to you guys this time. Turnabout's fair play. Yeah, it gets a little confusing country to country. I mean, just like here, like names of food and how it's cooked and what it looks like changes region to region. Get a little confusing sometimes. You don't know where you are. I think this campaign's over. We're not coming over this mountain. Our morale's not improving at all. And it's us being stuck on this mountain that's causing us to be broken because we're not getting enough provisions. We're not going to get off this mountain if we continue to stay broken. Yeah, Kim, that's true. No, here in the Northeast, it's all called soda. Down the South, depending on the region, it could be a Coke is everything. Some parts of the country, it's pop. You blame your job for going from a 6-pack to a 4-pack. Grumpy evil son of Polka means something that costs $30 and I want something that's only around $7. Yeah. Well, we weren't even drawing supplies from there anyway. It wasn't getting to us from Stanton. Even when we did hold it, it wasn't coming to us. Well, it's the same here in the Northeast, Kim. A Coke is a Coca-Cola. And if you actually want a Coke, you got to ask for Coca-Cola. See if we can't get up here. I'm burning prestige doing this, but we got to get the hell out of this mountain. We're in the stream for almost an hour, and we've just been sitting here the whole time. Everybody talks about Pepsi and Coke. I miss RC Cola. It's all little differences, but it changes your perspective on things. Well, it's not Polk sitting on his ass, it's Pryor. We have Pryor's in command of the army. I'm burning my own prestige to get our corps somewhere where we can get fed. Oh, won a major victory at Sparta. Okay. I've already burned almost 1,000 prestige trying to save our corps, and I'm not even in command of it. Jeez. Where's my camp time being spent right now? And there's a friggin' corps there. Ugh. Can we make a run at Marietta? Another 128 prestige, and it's gonna take us right past. Oh, come on. I've never tried catfish because I don't eat fish, so I wouldn't know. Well, I'm just trying to get us somewhere where our morale can improve. And he's taking us right back to the fucking mountaintop. I'm done. Ugh. Taking us right back to the friggin' mountaintop. Spent all that prestige for nothing. Let's run the map at X50 and see what the hell happens. Yeah, you really have to be a Corps commander to get anything done, but it's fun working your way up the ranks, too. Just don't start as an artillery battery commander, because that's boring as hell. That's a good sandwich. Just the right amount of spicy mustard on it. Yeah, it's frustrating, but it's interesting, Kim. French have taken over Mexico. Horseradish spicy. It's a horseradish mustard. Find UK call anything spicy, no matter what spicy. I mean, UK food is so bland, you add black pepper to it, it becomes spicy. Now, I'm not going to British. I do like the food, but it is pretty bland in most cases. I think the best food invention to come out of the UK is probably meat pies. Coleman's English mustard. I've never had that. I have to take a look for it. Oh yeah, the entire British drive on colonization was all about food. They were looking for better food than they have. You gotta remember, even with going for all these spices and everything, it was still a luxury item. So, like, only the rich would have access to it. So, it never really ended up in daily cuisine. That's basically what that comes down to. No, I only control a division, Parson. I only control a division under Bonham. I don't have enough prestige to take over the Corps. Have a good one, Krieg. Happy hangovers. Crimes of war. Again? While the Inglorious Partisan accompanying you is the most cunning guerrilla fighter you've ever known, his warfighting methods are not always acceptable. This time, he has decided to conduct his raids without any orders from you. Soon, local population and newspapers tell how surrendered enemy soldiers and civilians not willing to give up their property were slaughtered with no remorse. Such war crimes will infuriate the local population and stiffen the enemy's resolve. We just had war crimes cleared off of us and we get it back immediately. The British add chili to pepperoni. What? That does not sound good. I gotta get out of this core. But even sitting up here, our morale should not still be broken. Now it's at 0%. Yeah, it's a low food, low ammunition, condition alert. 2 conditional alerts and unhappy, so... It still says we're supposed to get an 18% morale recovery, but we're not seeing it. I think we might actually be glitched out on this campaign. I think this campaign is finished. Chili doesn't ruin everything. I happen to love chili. It doesn't ruin everything. I happen to love chili on my nachos. Used to work at a British version of a Mexican restaurant / tequila bar. Oh, that couldn't have been any good. It's a good thing I'm full now. Exactly, Eric. I'm actually picturing it all in my head right now. Actually, you know what? I'm going to restart the game because I think we might be glitched right now. I'm going to do this as a separate save. Reload it and see if the morale issue doesn't fix. Kim, a chicken fried steak is a steak that is fried like a chicken. It's absolutely delicious, especially smothered in gravy. Don't worry, Ink. Summer's almost here. You'll have that soon enough. Let's reload this. This was so good to move the food section to another building across the car park and make the original two. Okay, I guess it was different enough. All right. Yeah, right, Josh. I wouldn't be friggin' surprised. Well, one of them's Georgina McClellan, and I forget who the other one is. Well, Kim, to do a chicken fried steak is you fry a steak like you would fry a chicken. That's all it is. Yeah, if you're looking for more images of the harem girls, you on to Discord. Rainy Day did make some of them for me. These are all pictures that Rainy Day made, and I put together this for a break screen I'm working on. Still a work in progress. But if you're not a member of the Discord yet, here's the link. All right, let's see if that fixed the issue. All right, seeing one of the negative modifiers go away, possibly two. So it should be growing at 18%. We'll let this go a few days and we'll see what happens. Oh, yeah. Someone mentioned Sonic earlier. Don't laugh. But Sonic corn dogs. I'm not a fan of the corn dogs, but I do like Sonic. We don't have a lot of those up here in the Northeast, so don't get to see it too often. May I introduce you to my distant cousin, Joanna Pope? You want to make an AI image of her to add to the tableau I'm building? Go ahead and drop it in Discord. I'll definitely use it. I'm trying to make it as disgustingly funny as a 70s poster as I can. 50 degrees Fahrenheit and stormy. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, we're 51 degrees. Thankfully, the storm clouds have moved away from us. It did rain for a few days straight. A little southwest. Yeah, they're just not very common up here in the Northeast. I know there's one on the in the borough I live in, or there used to be. I don't know if it's still open. I've been down that area in a while. I wish In and Outs would make it into the Northeast. But has anybody seen that new McDonald's spinoff that they built? Deep fried Mars bar. Yep, you can get those here in the States. Okay, morale's improving now. It's up to 3%. So our morale is now improving. That's good. So it was a glitch. Yeah, like him here in New York can basically get anything: deep fried Oreos, deep fried Snickers, deep fried Mars. The Mars bars you really don't see too much here because that's not very popular. Arrows have become popular though. That's something I hadn't seen until I was stationed in Europe almost 20 years ago. Now they're actually pretty common in place here. Want to get you a long cup, not two consecutive dry days to get it done. Yeah. Yeah, you got to get to Philadelphia to do that, Hank. Deep fried Cadbury cream eggs? I don't know about that. I like Cadbury cream eggs. I just don't know about that. 4.5% morale. Okay, morale's going up. Depends on part of the city. If you're in the central part of the city, which is built on the grid standard, uh, about half a mile long and a quarter mile wide. I'll take your word on that, Bremer. I'm trying to picture it in my head. I'm just like, it's something I would have to try because I really just can't picture it. So Cadbury eggs are not, they are not disgusting. I love Cadbury cream eggs. But they are very rich. So like I'll buy like the 3 pack of them and that'll last me about a month. Yeah, like if you're down in the older part of the city, like downtown, towards the water, you still have the original block layouts for the most part. It's when you get up to the more constructed areas of the city with the skyrise, with the high skyrise buildings and all that, it becomes a very set grid pattern. Deep fried Twinkie. Oh, I haven't had one of those in forever. It's the autocorrect getting everybody, is what it comes down to. I used to catch that all the time when I worked in an office. I'm like, did you even proofread what you wrote here? Because you could see where the autocorrect changed things. It's like, I know you know how to spell. This is the autocorrect. Proofread your stuff before you give it to me. It's about Fort Caswell. Morale's now up to 8. This is going to take a while for morale to get up there. Russ, how we doing this evening? Yeah, we're all good here. We haven't had a battle yet, so I've been able to pop open my whiskey. It's still the same whiskey from last night. I still got 3/4. I got a quarter of that bottle left, so I want to kill it. Just waiting for a battle to start. If anybody's wondering what that whiskey it is, Stranahan's Blue Peak from Colorado. Yeah, America's a very eclectic place because regionally everything was settled by different peoples. Like New York is especially weird as a lot of our older buildings you would think would be English are actually Dutch. because this was the Dutch settled here first. Like if you go to like the borough of Staten Island, all the oldest homes, we call it the Dutch colonial style, which is actually my favorite style of building. To be honest, it's kind of a fancier looking home. Oh, who doesn't like watermelon? Especially when you impregnate it with vodka. And we are coming up on the 64 election. Lincoln will win because they're winning the war right now, so Lincoln will win. It was also called New Amsterdam, also. And actually, the Borough 5 of Staten Island is actually that's a Dutch. It's a Dutch word. It's just they dropped an A out of it. It's Staten, which is the Dutch. I think it's the Dutch Parliament. So its original spelling has two A's instead of one. That's where you're going to find a lot of your Dutch architectures on that borough. Because the English took the colony from them in a war. You can only hope for your girl Georgina McClellan to win. Yeah, it's like the oldest part of the city that's still standing is Trinity Church, and that area actually, and the area around it was owned by the church. It was actually known as the Holy Trinity because you can go down there and you can get your church, your booze, and your broads down there. So it was known as the Holy Trinity, that neighborhood. Got the whites varicose veins all loosened their chains a bit. Oh God. It's happened to me before. I've actually lost a campaign due to an election. Yeah, I've done it in the wide campaign, in the standard campaign, not in the DLC campaign. Where's the morale? We're now down to panicked. Okay, we're at 10% morale now. It's getting up there. It's going up. Well, I live on Staten Island, and my accent's a little different from what you would normally hear. Uh, it's a little more New Yorker now than it used to be. My accent used to have more of a southern bent to it, especially from my time in the army because there's a lot of Southerners. So I just kind of picked up the accent along the way. Though it's slowly wearing away, and certain words you hear me say, you definitely know I'm from New York City. Like I say, coffee instead of coffee, and I don't ask, I ax. Yeah, sold at gunpoint, basically. Exactly, Bremen. I mean, that's why it was called the Holy Trinity. Yeah, exactly. I don't ask, I ax. And that's actually more of a Bronx. That's more of a Bronx thing. I got that from my mom, who's from the Bronx. Yeah, that was always the running joke when I was in the military. Everybody kind of loved my accent because it was a mixture of different things. Every time I got to a new unit, they'd have me say coffee a million times in a row. Exactly. Well, my favorite example of a Southern word is the use of the word yonder. You tell someone, yeah, it's over yonder. Yonder's not a distance. You're just telling them, yeah, it's in that direction. Go figure it out. I didn't want to go there. Oh, we were losing control of the Outer Banks, but that did happen in real life. Yeah, I use wrecking and fixing all the time. The X deal is just terrible. Should be banned for obvious reasons. It's just an accent thing. Like that's the Bronx accent. That I get, like I said, I get that from my mother. You know, my dad's from Little Italy in Manhattan when that was still a thing. Wait, we're back to broken? Why'd our morale drop? Oh, come on. We're getting our morale up there, possibly able to do something, and we just broke again. And it's dropping more. Come on. I think I'm just going to end this campaign. I really do. This is bad. I mean, we're sitting here for an hour and a half with nothing happening. Work with a guy from Alabama. He said, "Son of a bitch, the most American way I ever heard." What? Son of a bitch? Word travels. While being outrageous is nothing special to you, your ignorance towards religion has not gone unnoticed. Most officers you are religious people and very unhappy about your way of living. Yep, I know. Nobody likes me. Yeah, that's an Americanism right there, son of a bitch. If I open both games at the same time, probably won't run correctly. You know, if work here at 7:30, talk to. Yeah, I only know one place to go to for chicken fried steak in a region, and I got to go over to Jersey for it. Got an article someone who said they said Utahns in Pittsburgh too. Like, yeah. I mean, if you come to New York, you hear all types of different verbiage used just because of the melting pot that exists here. Makes it interesting. Like in one conversation, a person will use words from multiple languages. Like you'll hear someone use Spanish, Yiddish, and German words all mixed into the same sentence at the same time. It gets a little odd sometimes, but it's fun. That's a New York thing. Jagoff, that's a word I haven't heard in a long time. As I say with me, Keys, I did so much traveling at one point in my life. I don't do as much anymore, which is why you hear more and more of the New York accent come out. But I traveled around so much that you really couldn't pin my accent to any one given region. You knew I was a northerner, but you really couldn't pin me down anywhere. How's our morale look now? And we're in winter season. We haven't done anything. Morale's now down to 5.6%. It's just going down. And if we get our morale up to fight, there's too many Union troops in the area. We're completely surrounded. And they are all over. I'm surprised this campaign has not ended yet. Look, the Union's set up kind of the way I am in my main campaign, right along the Mississippi. Ugh. Do they control Richmond? They do. So this campaign should be over. Our national morale is still at 40. No, that's what I'm saying, Kim. Like, because I don't do as much traveling as I used to. My accent's hardened down more into New York, but years ago you wouldn't be able to tell. Yep, got a video.
War is cruelty. There is no use trying to reform it. The crueler it is, the William Tecumseh. Chapter 4. Nothing but tombs. Third year of fighting, and the American Civil War still rages on with no end in sight. Any illusions of a limited, chivalrous war have long since perished with the thousands upon thousands of soldiers from both sides. In the North, Abraham Lincoln has secured his second term as president, defeating the Democrat candidate from within his officer corps, hence burying any hopes of a peaceful or even less violent conclusion to the rebellion. The war will be fought to the bitter end. Lincoln needs to finish the war with a complete victory, crushing the Confederate armies, forcing unconditional surrender of the South. But war fervor is turning into exhaustion. If there is no way of taking the fight to the enemy's soil to defeat him in detail, then the opposing army's only hope is to let the other one bleed dry in futile attempts to break the defenses. The only limit in this bloodshed is the will of the people to keep fighting, and to deny that will from the enemy could be achieved by forcing him to a stalemate in a grinding and hopeless trench warfare, or by marching through his lands, burning everything to the ground. It is now clear that to see the end of this cruelty means embracing death itself. The Civil War now has become an all-American total war. A war leaving nothing but tombs.
All right, I haven't seen that video in a while. Usually don't make it to November 64. Lincoln reelected. Definitely in the end game now. £25 raffle ticket, won a $250 house. Oh, nice. Yeah, we have two different condition alerts here. That's a problem. I think that's what's dragging down our morale again. But we're supposed to still be... It says we have plus 18 morale recovery, but we're not seeing it. I'm thinking about it right now, Bremer. Kim. I'm thinking about it because we... Like I said, I've been running this game an hour and a half. We haven't done anything. Our morale is bust. A new companion. We got Sam Elliott. We got Sam Elliott. Recently, you've been accompanied by a staunch officer with an awe-inspiring mustache. Speaks in a booming low voice and knows good ground when he sees it. As he always seems to make wise decisions, you have given him an extra appointment on your staff. Oh, we've got Sam Elliott. Let's put him in right there. Consult subordinates. Drop 2 hours out of there. Let's add 2 hours on to motivate the men. It's the first time I've ever picked him up. Resolute officer, staunch officer, speaking in gruff voice and inspiring confidence in men when he speaks of the high ground, pounding his chest with dust coming off his worn uniform. With a soldier like this by your side, the men know to trust your ability to make wise decisions. Yeah, I know. Whereas I'm about to end the campaign. Yeah, we're getting no morale because of our location. We get no supplies. We're completely surrounded and up in the mountains. We have no supply drawer whatsoever. The fact the AI hasn't moved their army against us is a little weird. If they moved against us now, they would disintegrate our forces. So I don't know why they haven't yet. Yeah, I can grow a pretty mean mustache. That's the first time I've ever gotten him. Which is why it upsets me when I seen him with it shaved off. I was like, no, that is so wrong. Never gotten a liberal lady. I get her almost every playthrough, but my character's like an outrageous drunkard, so it's almost a guarantee that I get her at some point. What I'm surprised about is not getting the suicidal flag bearer, because I always get the suicidal flag bearer. Well, yeah, like Hank, I go get mine trimmed at the barber, and we just got the suicidal flag bearer. I've never had 5 companions before. This is new. This is new. Young lad joined your unit's color guard that accompanies you to battle. First, you thought he was the bravest man you ever seen, but recently, your officers have started questioning whether his overly fearless actions will get you and others killed at some point. As men are inspired by his bravery, his presence increases your leadership. Suicidal flag bearer. Rally round the flag, men. Oh dear, there he goes again. Better to follow him. Men will think you a coward if the flag reaches the enemy breastworks before their brave and beloved commander. Good thing they couldn't hit an elephant at this distance. Can help with consult companions and drill the troops. Alright, so I'll add 2 hours to drill the troops. Take 2 out of there. Two more into inspect logistics. And my political views are pissing people off. Okay. Everyone wants to join to keep the series going. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I go to the barber every 2 weeks and have them keep it trimmed down to where it is. Take you get a half inch anymore. Oof. Remember you being the suicide flag bearer for the army doesn't mean General Pryor cloned you and gave you your own clone. I guess you could say my son has joined our unit. If you get promoted, would your admin skill not ruin the Corps? What is my admin skill? Yeah, my admin skill is horrible. Everything else is really good, though. All right, how's our morale looking now? It's down to 0% again. I mean, the Federals control enough where we should be at the end of the campaign. Yeah, I run at X50, so things are a little jumpy on me. They got us split in half. So this campaign should really be over at this point. Well, if I get promoted to Corps Commander, I have to replace my entire administrative staff, and they'll make up for any shortcomings in my admin. Yeah, I'm with you on this one, Hank. I'm with you. I think we're going to call this campaign here. Well, she's probably the son of my respectable. Well, character's not married, so probably the son of a lady from Europe. Because I did travel here from Europe with this character. I traveled from Europe on a traveling adventure, so we haven't been here long enough to have a son old enough to serve in the army. I can't go out in a blaze of glory without morale. I can't do any fighting. So, yeah, I think I'm going to end this campaign here. We'll get another stream going. And I think we'll just switch over to War Tales for the remainder of the time. This is over. Union casualties reach new high. Confederate army stand firm. Yeah, we're standing firm in a mountain, not doing shit. No, every time you take a promotion to a new command level, you have to replace your staff. So what I'm going to do here, I'm not going to end this stream and start a new one. We're just going to switch over to War Tales. No, actually, I'll end this stream this way. Because they're two separate series. I am running a series on War Tales already, so we'll just switch over to a new stream. Say about give me 15 minutes at 2000. I'll have a new stream running with War Tales going. Hopefully, I'll see most of you there in a few minutes. Oregon Trail. Yeah, I want to get the War Tales series continuing along, though. We haven't touched that in a few weeks, so... Like I said, 15 minutes, I'll be back on with the next stream starting. Hope to see you all there.